Can taller people build an elite back double bicep? Whenever you're taller, you're going to have longer limbs. You're not going to be able to fill out as quickly. But by the same token, a tall person can have a much better classic looking physique by keeping a smaller waist while maintaining longer limbs and not being as saturated. We're going to look at his back double biceps with a tier list. His traps have the ability to be very big. I'm going to say that his upper back overall has the ability to be A tier. Now, what else contributes to that? If you look at the muscles right here, in blue, we have the infraspinatus. And this infraspinatus is not a mass component. It's a detail component because it's going to create more lines and separation with the other muscles. And then he also has very round teres. So all of this contributes to that A tier ranking. And then if we look at the bicep, he's got pretty good mass in the peak. But just because we have mass in the biceps doesn't mean we can necessarily have big arms. Because if we look at his triceps, we just don't quite have as much of the sweeping nature going on. So looking at the biceps, I think he has A tier potential. But if we look at the triceps, we're going to say B tier potential because we don't necessarily know if he's going to be able to fill these out, especially since he's tall. Looking at the shoulders, you can already see the striations. You can see good separation. We're also going to say A tier for the shoulders. Now for the forearms, it's tough because he's got shorter brachioradialis where all of this is tendon. And then he has shorter forearm flexors because all of the roundness and thickness of his forearms kind of starts halfway up his arm. So for the forearms, I'm going to give a B tier kind of potential. Our boy does look like he's having decent erector thickness. And you can see that because these tubes right here look like our boy's actually hitting his leg days. I'm going to say that those have A tier potential. His lats, they insert a little bit higher maybe, but let's look at a different pose. So this is the shape of somebody's back who is able to do pull-ups and pull-downs, who does rows and is able to hit their traps, but who isn't necessarily able to hit their lats as effectively. And generally, this person is going to have trouble filling out the lat spread and getting as significant of a V-taper as they could. Unless he learns how to hit his lats harder, we're going to call that a B tier ranking. Next time, we'll rank the muscle groups from the front.